One of the things is, this isn't going to surprise you, I guess, after my speech. I appreciate that the SBA loan programs operate at no cost to the taxpayers. Now, that was not the way it was when I got here. And that was one of the things I focused on to make it sustainable, was to get it to the point where we could operate it without having, without the taxpayers having to subsidize it. And we got that done. And it was actually pretty easy to do, which a lot of these things around the government would be easy to do. People would take them on. My support for these programs inspired the effort I led to make sure the SBA's flagship program, the 7(a) program, remained stable for the long term. As you all know, this program has grown significantly over the past 5 years. The banks continue to struggle to get out from under regulations from the Dodd-Frank banking law and lend to small businesses. It may not surprise you to learn that I voted against Dodd-Frank and have tried to dismantle it every day since. Along with the growth of the program came congressional concerns about whether SBA had the appropriate tools to oversee the program and industry concerns about how to improve the review process. I worked together with then Ranking Member Gene Shaheen, Chairman Steve Chabot from the House, and Ranking Member Vasquez of the House Small Business Committee to pass a bill to strengthen the oversight of the SBA's loan programs and ensure their availability for small business trying to access credit in the future. The bill was signed by the President on June 21st of this year. It's being implemented into law right now. Most recently, I introduced a bill to address a disparity between the appraisal threshold for conventional commercial real estate loans and SBA 7(a) commercial real estate loans. Right now, as you all know, SBA borrowers are at a disadvantage to conventional borrowers with an appraisal threshold of $250,000 for SBA borrowers versus $500,000 for conventional borrowers. We're trying to fix that with this legislation. The bill passed the House in September. The bill I introduced in the bipartisan bill, I introduced in the Senate and the Small Business Committee in October. And I'm cautiously optimistic that we can get that done before the end of Congress. I look forward to the continued success of the SBA's programs, working with Senate leadership to advance business-friendly priorities, and looking for areas of common ground with the House where we can make progress on issues of importance to small businesses. As most of you probably know, I'm going to be transitioning out of the chairmanship of the Small Business Committee. I'm going to be taking on the chairmanship of the Foreign Relations Committee. So I'm going to be leaving you in very good hands. Marco Rubio is going to be chairman of the Small Business Committee. Marco and I are close personal friends. He sits next to me on that committee. He sits next to me on the floor of the Senate. He sits next to me on the Foreign Relations Committee. He sits next to me on the Intel Committee. So Marco and I are pretty good friends. And I have every confidence that he's going to do well in this assignment. And I'm not going anywhere. I'll be sitting next. We're just going to be changing chairs on the Small Business Committee. I'll be sitting next to him, but he'll be in the chairmanship chair. So that's what I know. I wish I had time to stand here and take questions, but unfortunately, as I say, things are changing, and I've got a list of things to get through. Not the least of which my wife's adding to that, and so that's what you see. So with that, God bless you all, and I'm not leaving you in the lurch. I'm going to be around. I intend to be on the Small Business Committee as long as I'm in the United States Senate. It's a tremendous passion of mine. My only regret is I can't do the same thing with what's happening with spending in America. But you know what? Somehow, someday, we're going to get through that. God bless you all. Thank you.